Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is A Reckless Book, Destroy All Monsters, the latest volume in the graphic novel Pulp series from Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. And it's a pretty solid entry. Colors by Jacob Phillips as well, with this continuing the trio creators who have worked together in all three volumes. So the story is about this guy. This guy's name's Ethan Reckless. He's a detective, in the 80s, kind of surf bum, a little bit of a screw up, has a theater that he hangs out in, and a partner named Anna. And we've gotten to know Ethan and Anna through the previous two volumes. Anna's kind of played a support character. So this volume is really about Ethan and Anna's relationship. And I think that's what's really interesting about this is, for pulp stories, it's, and crime stories, it's usually about, like, the twists and turns of the actual crime and who did what and, those moments of, like, the femme fatale and all that. That's not the point of this issue, of this volume. This is a volume that exists, and there's lots of twists and turns, and there's, a decent case. But really, this volume is all about Anna and Ethan and their relationship and how Ethan met Anna and how he got to know her and their ups and downs through the years. And what's great is that you got this older guy, younger woman, and it's more of like a paternal relationship. Like there's not any sexual thing about it, but you can tell that it's still a very loving relationship. And it's really interesting to kind of watch this over the years. It's told by a present time, definitely a present time Ethan, reflecting back on his years. So we know Ethan has survived not just the 80s, 90s, 2000s, but also the 2010s and 2020s based off of the end of the graphic novel. So there are going to be many, many stories to come about Ethan Reckless, potentially, which could be great. And he's reflecting about this time in the late 80s in this case and his time with Anna. And there's like almost a sadness about it. It's a really interesting read in that, the real mystery is how these two, what's going to happen to these two individuals. It's not necessarily the case that they're on, but their relationship. And there's kind of a sadness about it. Like, they have a falling out. They get back together, and you kind of wonder as it wraps up where things are going in the years, and it's sad. Like it's kind of like a sweet melancholy ending. Very, like, it doesn't feel typical to a noir pulp story. It's much more about this relationship, which I think is really interesting. And in the end, like, if you get towards the end, you're not a little misty-eyed about these two, like, you might want to go make sure your heart's working. There's something about the way it's presented that fits that detective noir story so well, of a detective reflecting about their time. But also there's just something very sweet about it, and it's just, as I said, something very sad about it as well. It's really, really, really good and very unexpected. Like, I just kind of expected another pulp adventure, but it's not. It's so much more than that, and such a different focus than the previous two volumes. The art continues to be amazing. I mean, the Phillipses do a fantastic job. I mean, this is a trio who I think put out some of the best pulp crime noir stories in comics today. This really is what a lot of folks kind of try to achieve and want to achieve. I'm going to leave it there as far as the art. It's awesome. It's a really, really interesting volume. I'm hoping we get a lot more stories out of this. But as like a trio of graphic novels, I think they're really, really fantastic. And as I said, this third one is very unexpected in its story and its how it wraps up. There's definitely a sadness to it that's sweet and touching, and really kind of, as I said, unexpected. It's very unexpected. I love it. Like, I've loved the first two volumes. I really enjoyed them. I'm loving this third one, and I'm really hoping we see more Ethan Reckless in the future. I really want to see so much more of this character and really how he deals with the 90s. I can't imagine losing his mind during the 90s. So this is out now. You can go get this at comic shops. You can go get this at bookstores. Go get this. I mean, it's really, really a great read. If you've never read the first 2 volumes, go get those and read all 3 of them and just enjoy it. If you like pulp crime stories, this is a must. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code to tell the comic shops near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some links underneath this video. There'll be affiliate links, so we get a small percentage by doing that. You'll support our site, so thank you. And just watching our videos support us, so thank you for that. If you're into comics, if you're into graphic novels, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, all at Graphic Policy. Keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.